Hey guys, we're back and we're doing the pocket chip burnout. Now we're just about to flash the pocket chip, so I'm gonna go ahead and flash it. I'm gonna go make a brew and then I'll be right back. Now hopefully we're gonna do this for about 45-50 minutes, good hour or so, and possibly we'll do another large one next week as well. So once we've done the new flasher thing, once we've got onto the page and we want to flash the chip, there's a few things that you may need to test. Obviously, I've mentioned this before, but the bridge is one of the main things, because sometimes if the bridge is too small, it won't connect to the right ground pin. Sometimes if the wire is too thin, I don't know if you can see that there. It's hang on, guys. Let me just try and see. Sometimes if the wire is too thin, like that, then you're not going to get a connection. And sometimes your USB cable, for example, I've just tried 3 different cables. Sometimes that can also be the issue. So just bear that in mind. You may need to try several different combinations before it works. So what we're going to see now is a screen that says what we can flash. And as you can see, they've actually brought along 3D support for chip, 3D support for pocket chip as well. So we're just going to reflash what we originally had on there, which was the 3D support for pocket chip. We simply click that and we start flashing, and it will say flashing in progress, waiting for FEL, and this is where we hope the moment of truth comes along and starts to work. Now you can see that it says NAND. It will show you how much NAND flash you've got now here, which is 8 gigabytes. Some of you that have got the newer chip and the new pocket chip, you will have 4 gigabytes. But if you've got the older chip and the older pocket chip, which is obviously the older chip, then you will have 8 gigabytes, like myself. And it should just go through the notions now on the screen, and once we've done, we should be sorted, as long as it gets past 1 or 2%. We're processing fast boot, so hopefully this is it, and we're at 2%, so we should continue going now until the end. So I'm going to go make a brew and I'll be right back. Well, I'll cut the video and be right back. And we're back, and we have completed. It took a little longer than last time, but we have finished, so now we can just unplug and then we can plug her back in to the pocket chip. Like so. I'm going to plug my USB mouse and keyboard into the USB slot. I'm also going to plug in some power, so that we've got some power in there. And then I'm going to twist the camera around so you guys can see better, because we're using the pencil stand today and we're not going to be holding it, because I'm going to type on my keyboard and mouse, which I'm hoping is going to be a little easier. So whilst I move the camera into position, well, swing it round shall I say, and I do see that I get update, I'll just cut the video. Something I have noticed that I just wanted to note before we do the update is that every time I turn on my pocket chip now, for some reason it has to load up the file manager even though I don't want it. So yeah, a bit strange there. Anyway, so guys, as we're doing the update, it seems that my pocket chip on the home screen at least has lost function to the mouse and keyboard, which I find is a bit strange. The mouse doesn't even come up. So I may have to press the home button once or twice on the pocket chip, and from now on throughout the video is not going to be cut in any way whatsoever. So the first thing we're going to do is install Pocket Home Marshmallow Edition. This has been around for quite a while, and I did do a video in the past, but we have got a new version that I haven't tried out yet, so I want to see what that's all about. Now if this video for any reason ends up being too long due to memory capacity, then I will have to do a video. I will promise you that I will do a video again, a much longer video again, and we'll just upload it in bits and bobs, but I'm hoping we'll get a lot done in today's video. So first things first is you want to do the sudo apt get update, which is what I've done, and you have one of these. Remember guys, you can plug this in, and it does work at least on the terminal now. You can just plug one of these in, which is quite handy at times, and it does make typing a little easier. And I have got the little pencil stand in, which means I don't have to hold it as much today. So first things first, we're going to want to install X input calibrator, and to do that we're just going to simply type in sudo and then apt get and then install. I think usually it's install, yep, and then it's a space and then it's X input with a dash in between and then calibrator, and it should look something like that. Hopefully you guys can see that. I know the screen is a little bit there we go. So it should look something like that, and I think that is correct. Let me just check before I press enter and we screw it up. Yes. And sometimes it comes up with, do you want to install with a yes or a no? As you guys know, sometimes it doesn't. It just depends. It depends on what command you use. The wget commands don't seem to ask if you want to install them. It just downloads whatever there is to unpack package-wise. Now, for those of you that don't understand, I am a noob. We're all noobs here. We are all, or at least some of us, are very new to what this device does, understanding Bash and scripts, and it can be very difficult for some of us, especially myself included. And I honestly don't always have the time to take a look and learn this stuff, so I possibly need to do that in the future. So once we've installed that, you can see it comes back to chip at chip, and we know that it's done, we know that it's installed, and now we have to do something a little bit different. So we have to do a wget command. Now this wasn't working last time, so we'll see if it does this time. So it's wget, and the actual O is a capital, and it's actually an O, not a 0, which is something that I was getting messed up. But before we type that, we actually need a space, and then we need a minus or a dash, and then capital O, remember, as in MNO, not capital 0. And then we have to go to the next bit, which is install, and then it's a dash again, and then it's pocket home. And I'm sorry about the clickiness of this keypad, but these seem to be very clicky. And then we have to type in the HTTP, which I'm not sure how. Yeah, that's correct. And then dash dash, and it's bit dot. I'm hoping that's right. Is that a dot or is that a comma? I think that's a dot. Let's just try that again. There, it's got to be a dot. Bit dot ly and forward slash 2 9 U, and I think it's a capital W here, and then it's a U and an E and an I. So remember, if something doesn't work after 2 or 3 tries, we'll just skip on to something else, but I'm hoping that it's going to work today. So once we've done that, we just press enter. And it says 404 not found. So we'll try it one more time, because I know this sometimes takes a couple of tries. So remember, it's wget space minus, and then it's capital O, and it's install, and then it's pocket home, and then it's HTTP. And then it's function, I think it's shift forward slash, and then it's bit dot ly forward slash 2 9 U caps W, and then U E, and then caps R. That looks right to me. We do have an issue there though, because we've actually pressed wget minus 0, we haven't put a space here, which I think we need a space there, so boosh. There we go. And if we press enter, there we go. Something has saved, and install Pocket Ho is 100%, and it's only 1.6 megabytes, which seems a bit strange to me. The next command is chmod, and it's plus. It's a plus sign, which I'm not sure where that is on my keyboard. Down here, I believe. Plus, and I think it's an X, but I'm not sure if it's a capital X or if it's a lowercase x. So let me just check that for you guys, because I cannot remember. So we got a lowercase x. Yeah, it's actually a lowercase x. Just to make sure that's right. And then we press space, and then we just install and dash, and then it's Pocket Home, all one word, like so, like that, and that seems to be the next part. But it does that, which, and then you need to execute it. So we need to press dot / install, and then dash, and then Pocket Home, and then we press enter. Now we know that sometimes it just does this and it doesn't seem like it's going to work, and then it does work. We end up going back to C.H.I.P again here. So that seems to have worked. And if we press home now on the Pocket chip itself, we should actually have something different, which isn't the case. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on here, but right, okay. So once we've done that, I think this is the next thing, but I'm not positive, so bear with me. I know I've installed this before, but it was easier last time, and things have changed since the last version, so it is a little different now, I think, to how I remember it. So Pocket dash home, and then we've got a underscore, and then we've got 0.0.5. I'm not sure if this is correct, by the way. I'm just following some instructions, but I'm not entirely positive I've even jotted them down correctly. hf.db. Now apparently this is the next command, but this is possibly not the next command. And no, it isn't the next command. So we are completely lost. I think that's how we run the original home. I'm not positive. It says that you need to execute, which we did. So I'm not positive here what's going on. But what we'll do is we'll reboot and see if it makes a difference. So we'll reboot. Now of course, I'm not positive, like I said, because even though I've done this before, even though we did a tutorial video on this, things have changed, Pocket Home has changed, and thus the way to install it has completely changed too. It's a little bit more complex than I remember, and it doesn't, always mean it's going to be working for me. It might work for you, it might work for everyone else. It's one of those. But if it doesn't work when we rebooted, we're not going to spend too long on it because we've just spent 10 minutes sorting this out and trying to work through it. If it's not working, then we'll just move on to the next thing, plain and simple. But it was something that I kind of hope we could show. And obviously, if you guys know exactly what I'm doing wrong, then you can let me know in the comment section below, because that would be very nice of you guys. I need to change my... Right. So once we've rebooted, hopefully we will get something a little different, but it seems to me like we're not quite booted up yet. Right, obviously we're back in the tutorial now, and I think to get rid of it we just simply press O, I believe, but I'm not positive. This is your battery map, this is your Wi-Fi status. We just flashed it, so we expect this to happen. And we've got, and here we are, right, yeah, so we've got a little bit of customization going on now. We've rebooted, we've got IP address come up on the top. If we go into settings now as well, I believe it may be a little different. We can go to advanced settings here, and we can actually personalize our homepage and stuff like that. So yeah, it's installed this time, which it didn't do last time, which is great. So that is how we install Pocket Home. And now that we've installed Pocket Home, there's so many things we can do, because there's icons we can install, as well as, you know, various other things. We can change the icons on the screen. So that's all good. That's all cool. So what should we do now? Now that we've done Pocket Home, well, we can do Pocket Installer, which is something I also wanted to take a look at. Now, let me just try and find it on the forums, because I haven't wrote any notes down for this one. So lay off me. Where is it? Pocket Installer is what we want. So I'm just going to cut, and then I'll be right back. Right guys, so we are going to try and install Pocket Installer. Now this is supposed to be a script that can install emulators and stuff for you. I've not tried it out yet, but on our newly customizable Pocket Chip home screen, we'll go onto the terminal and we'll check out this installer. So we're going to want to type in sudo, not sudi, sudo, and then we're going to want to type in wget and minus, remember it's a capital O again, not a 0. Everything's working now. Everything's working today. When I tried this the other day, it didn't work. And we have got a little bit of blurriness on the screen right now, in which my camera needs to focus in a bit better. So we'll bring it back out, we'll take it in a bit more. Hang on guys. It does this sometimes for some reason, and I'm not entirely sure why. So we'll just bring it a little closer to the screen for you, so you guys can actually see. You can also see me behind. Hopefully that's a little clearer, but I'm not positive it is much clearer. Okay. Okay, we'll leave it at that, screw it. Right, so we need sudo minus naught, and then it's a different command this one, it's ipi dot, and I hope that's a dot, that's not a dot, that's a dot, yeah. .sh, and it's a HTTP one again, so HTTP, which is semicolon / bit.ly. I'm hoping this will work, because it wouldn't work before without Pocket Home, / and it's POKAINST. And as you can see, it should look a little bit like this. This may or may not work, because it didn't work for me last time. So, is that right? Should be. Remember, your password is chip. I always keep mine the same, because I never do anything important on this anyway, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, we've got something downloaded, and now we should just go sudo, and it should be chmod. And if you want all these, please let me know in the comments section below, and I will put them in the description for you, but if not, you can just follow along. And it's plus, 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 plus. Where is plus on this keyboard? Right, plus, yeah, and it's x again, but lowercase x, and IPI.sh, and then we press enter. And again, it doesn't like it's done anything, but we should be able to press dot / IPI.sh, and we should be able to press enter. Please work. And boom, installation finished. So now it says just go to the Pocket Installer folder and run dot / Pocket Installer. So we can actually get an icon on the Pocket Home, I believe. So we'll try this little command here. I'm not sure this is going to work, guys, so just bear with me. Again, this is just a command. Okay, it seems quite a weird one actually, so we'll just play it by ear. 8 and then minus G and then space 20 and then space 20 and then minus E and then we've got this weird curly thing. I don't know what it's called, but it's weird. I never use it. If you want to correct me on what that's actually called, please do so. Because I'm not entirely positive. Right, so now Pocket Installer / Pocket Installer, but it's capital P and a capital I apparently. Pocket Installer.sh. And this may give us an icon, this may not. No such file or directory exists. Damn. So I'm not sure how we do that, but if we actually press dot / Pocket Installer .sh here. Again, no such file or directory exists, so .sh. And it's probably going to say exactly the same thing. So what we've got here is we actually need to get into the directory. So I'm not entirely sure how we do this, but I'm just going to take a guess. Right, okay. Okay. Again, I'm not entirely positive, so let me just have a little look and see how we get through it. Right, okay. So to get into it, I was on the right track. CD, we need a shift, we need that funny squiggly thing like this, and then / and then Pocket Installer. I believe, yeah. Pocket Installer, and then another / like so. This may or may not work. And we're in there. And now we should run dot / and Pocket Installer. Remember, capital P and capital I. Pocket Installer and dot, let's not forget that, and then sh. Boom. And it says chipped is the password. Welcome to Pocket Installer. I've not tried this yet, so I'm pretty excited as to what this does. I want to see how it works. So we can actually add an icon for this on the home page with Pocket Marshmallow. I'm not entirely positive how we do it. The forums, the instructions the forums give you is a little bit vague sometimes, because they expect us or myself to know what's going on, and as I said before, I'm not exactly technologically minded enough to know what's going on. But I think we've had some extent of success so far, which I'm really happy with. We've managed to install Pocket Home on the Pocket Chip with 3D hardware acceleration. We're now managing to get this running and to show you what this does, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what this does. I think it will take a little bit of time, guys. Well, it seems to be for me, so it may do for you as well. But hopefully once we've booted up, we'll be able to see what we can actually install through this, which would be really freaking sweet. And this is almost like a little repo, if you will, or a little... I know on the GCW0, which is another Linux handheld, we have an OPK manager on there, and we can just go on there and install stuff straight from the OPK manager. It's a bit like that, but for the Pocket Chip. In fact, this is probably better because it's got more of a user interface rather than... I know the GCW0 has one, but the GCW0 just gives you a list of things that you can install, and you don't really know what they are sometimes, because sometimes they're just given a random name, whereas on here I think they're given the proper names, and yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out in a minute. Now, there's plenty of stuff we've actually done on the Pocket Chip before now. We've obviously installed Pocket Home before. We've installed plenty of different things. We've been searching for video players and whatnot, and this stuff will come in time. Many people are still doing videos on the Pocket Chip on YouTube. In fact, there's a couple of guys I've watched that have done comparisons with the Pi and stuff, and they seem to not be as into it as I am so much. But I think they just need to spend a little time with it, and you realise how cool and quirky this thing is. Yes, it is for hobbyists and people that are very into the bash script and very into programming and stuff like that. But it can be for just a general consumer that wants something a little cooler than the norm. And believe me, when people come to the house and they see this, they're like, oh my god, what is that? It's definitely a conversation piece because it looks cool and unique. And there aren't many, or maybe there are many about, but there aren't too many about right now. So with processing triggers, this usually gets to the end of where, or just before it boots. So hopefully we will see something in a second. But yeah, this thing it is cool, even if you're not into the whole programming thing, which you don't need to be. It's still a really cool little device, and it can still do many things, and it's still growing as a whole. There's still new things that come out every couple of weeks. They're not quite as frequent as they were at the beginning, but they're still frequent enough to realise that this is an ever-evolving device, and Nexting Company are trying their best to make this do more and more as time goes on. So maybe when 3D hardware acceleration is not an alpha build and it's a full release and everything actually is working properly, we'll get some impressive, even more impressive results. I'm hoping we're doing the right thing here, because I'm not entirely positive, guys. I apologise for my vape. If anyone wants to watch this video all the way through and put the times below in the comment section, that would really help me out. If for people that want to skip, but I would obviously urge everyone to watch the whole thing all the way through, which would be nice. And I think it's a little better for you guys to see it like this. So if you guys prefer me to use a stand and use my keyboard as opposed to actually holding the device myself, then let me know so in the comment section. But I personally like it this way because there's less of me involved in the whole clicky keyboardness of the device, and there's less movement in the chip itself, so you do get to see it perfectly still. I don't know if it's doing the same thing over and over again, or whether it's just me. I don't think so, because I think we have to go through quite a bit. Yeah, it says it may take a while to download everything and install everything, but don't worry, you should see progress. If it stalls, check your internet connection and try again. So if it stalls on yours, do check your internet connection and try it again. Just reverse the video a little bit. And boom, we're in. And as you can see now, we've lost mouse support, which isn't great, so we will have to use a touchscreen for this bit. But we can click on stuff like PSX. We could click on ScumVM. We could click on Open Transport Tycoon, I think, Deluxe, and we could click on Doom. We can click on Vice, Mednafen, which is the GBA NES emulation. So I'm just going to install these two and see what happens. In fact, we'll install one that we know works. I definitely know that Doom works, so we'll install Doom and see what happens. Sorry guys, I've moved the pocket chip a little bit there. And I think it just automatically installs it for you, which is super handy for those that aren't into installing it the other way. Now the way that I've installed it and shown in the past, which is still a perfectly fine way of installing it, but if you're not into, I would say if you're not into entering commands, either way you've got enter commands. Just this way is through a little bit of a user interface, whereas the other way is a simple sudo apt-get install PRBoom or Chocolate Doom. And it closes Pocket Installer automatically for you, and it installs Doom automatically for you. Obviously we will not get the icon on the home page, but now if we type in, I think, I'm not sure how if we try Chocolate Doom, if that's what is installed, let's try PRBoom and see if that's what is installed. Alright, it's actually installed PRBoom, which I think is is this the freeware version of Doom, or is this the actual version of Doom? Okay. Let's touch the screen. How do we do this? I cannot remember how we get the menu up. Escape. And then you can see we can start a new game. Which episode? We've got episodes here. I think this might be the official thing. This is different to PRBoom. And I'm a baby, so I'm too young to die. And we can see that it works. And it's basically the same as like the PC controls, so the same as the controls were before when we installed the freeware version. But it runs pretty quick, and I like that. So yeah, that's how we install that. Now we can install What does it say here? Get out of here and go back to your boring programs. Press Y to quit. Boom. To get to run it again, I think it's just ./pocket installer.sh, obviously with a capital P and a capital I, sh, and maybe it's not. Maybe I skipped a bit, but we just go back to how we was before. Yeah, that's right. It says to install anything else, we have to go back in and run it. So we can get a icon on the home screen, and I'm not entirely clued up on how we do that. So make a desktop icon stated in the first post using the icon. Right, let's just try this. I'm not sure, but we might be able to get an icon on the screen for you guys. And I think this is going to turn into a series of videos as opposed to one big thing. We'll do like a series of bigger videos instead of the small ones. So I think we need that command there. We press enter. Permission denied. Eesh. Not good. We'll skip this part. We'll skip it. But you can see there that we've got those two things installed, and that works. That works pretty well. I will link the forum down in the description below, and yeah, we'll you can go from there. And if you have any ideas, then let me know in the comment section below. Right, guys. So next thing on the list, we're going to try and install something called numpty physics to Pocket C.H.I.P, and it is a port, and it's going to be using the wget command, and this is going to be quite a long one, so please try to follow along. If you can't, let me know, and I will put all of the commands in the description below, because it's a fairly long one. Again, you can use SSH, I just prefer not to because it kind of lags on my really crappy internet connection sometimes. I just prefer to do it straight from here. So, it's extremely long. github.com/THP. Again, this may or may not work, because I'm not numpty physics /releases /download /0.3.4 dash Pocket C.H.I.P .tgz. Boom. And it says 404 not found, so we'll try it again, because again it sometimes does this. HTT, it may have been that I didn't put the S in HTTPS. We'll figure it out. Semicolon // github.com /THP /MPTY physics /releases /download /0. Now you could, like I say, copy these in in SSH, it would probably be a lot easier than typing it all in. But if you have one of these mini keyboards, it's actually not too bad. It's much easier than using the pocket chip itself. .tgz. Boom. Did I? Fuck. But also you do things wrong. Damn you. Oh, I should have checked before I frickin' pressed enter. Sorry guys. Function, shift. Numpty physics / releases / download / 0.3.4 / it's really long, this one. Physics dash 0.3.4 dash pocket chip.tgz, and I think I have nailed it this time. Yes. So once we've done that, we should just be able to type in the next command, which is tar space xvf space numpty physics dash 0.3.4 dash pocket chip .tgz, and then we press enter, and something's happening. So this is always good. Then it's cd space numpty physics, and then it's dash 0.3.4 dash pocket chip, enter, and now we're in that folder, and it's / numpty physics, and I don't even know what this is, so who knows. Boom. And we can, this is with 3D hardware acceleration, so I presume we just, I don't know what we do. Oh, we can just play around with stuff. We can draw stuff. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's go to menu, rewind, skip. It's like a little physics based game. If we rewind, it really doesn't like that at all. Skip. Yeah, so segmentation fault. It does work, but it's a little bit buggy, I guess. But that's numpty physics, so that's pretty cool. It's something different we can do, and I'm unsure on how we get out of these folders back to the home page. I guess we just press CD, do we? Yeah. Okay, that's cool. So I've learned something new. So that's something else. You can try if you want. So, be right back. 1 second. Okay, something I want to check as well is apparently Pico 8 was updated. So let's have a look. Welcome to the Pico 8 tour. We don't need to do this anymore. I've already done it, but obviously we do need to do it because is my mouse and keyboard working on Pico 8 now? Okay, sweet. So you can see now that I think it was updated, but we can update manually ourselves. I think it was updated, but I'm not positive. It all looks pretty similar to me. But this is basically right out of the box, guys. So if you're buying this and you want to play little games, like little cartridge games, 8-bit, I think. This is what you're buying. This is the gaming side of it initially. So for those that are looking to buy this for gaming, this is what you should expect. You shouldn't expect a fully fledged machine that's going to blow you away with all types of emulation. Even though the Pocket Chip is capable of that, the Pocket Chip needs some setting up to be able to do that. So we can actually search for stuff in here, but I'm not going to bother. But you can see that there's plenty of games. There's literally thousands of games on here that you can just click through and play. And some of them are super cool. Some of them are not so cool. But look, Pico Man, for example. You just press OK on it, and boom, you can actually play it. So it's cool in that sense. I'm not entirely can't entirely remember how we actually play this, because it's been such a long time since I played it. Right on the arrow key. And we do get a little bit of stuttering here and there, so it's not as fluid as it could be. I don't even know if I'm playing it, because I think it's playing it for me. Is it? Yeah. What a dick. So, how the hell do we do this? Right. It's still using standard controls. So yeah, now I'm playing using the arrow keys on the keyboard. But yeah, it runs fairly smoothly. There can be a little bit of glitching here and there. But if you're buying it for gaming, because it's being advertised as a game machine, this is what you should be expecting, to play little games like this. Because this is what you get stock-wise. So you can exit to explore, and you can see that you can load more. There's literally thousands and thousands of games on this. And like I say, some of them are really, really good. They're obviously copies or inspired by games. Some of them are like Wolfenstein 3D, for example. But some of them are just downright classics, and some of them are really good fun to play. I personally enjoyed there's a 3D spaceship one somewhere that I really, really enjoyed. And I'm sure there's tons more I haven't even tried yet. You can see there'll be games like Street Fighter and Space Invaders, Pac-Man, Wolfenstein, and tons of others. So that is what you're getting out of the box. You're getting this type of gaming. Just be aware of that before you purchase this. To get anything else working, you need to do a little digging. If you're not comfortable with that, then there's no point in you bothering. And if that's what you aim to do as well, that's a whole different issue. If you aim to do something else other than this, then just be prepared that you're going to have to do a little digging. So once we come out of that, with Pocket Home, we've also got the nice battery percentage, which you don't have at stock, and you also have the IP address, which you don't have at stock, and obviously you can customize, which you don't have at stock. Just wanted to show you that quickly, just so you guys know. So lastly, we're going to try getting SNES emulation. Now I don't have any ROMs to test out, but we're going to basically install what should give us faster SNES emulation. So just follow me with this. Hopefully this will work. Sudo apt and then install and then libs d11.2. I'm hoping we'll be done with this by the time my memory card is full. Dev build essential, and then I think it's it space. I'm not sure if we have to type this in, but I'm guessing we do. Remember, if it doesn't work, we will skip. But that is basically our first command. And we press enter, and it says type in a password. Obviously it's default. And it says cannot find the package. So we could try it one last time. And we press enter. Cannot find the package, so maybe I'm typing something wrong, maybe not. We'll skip on to something else. Okay, so some of you may be wondering if we can get internet radio on Pocket Chip, and we'll just try this little command here, which is sudo at get install. And I'm unsure whether this has a GUI or not. Piano bar. Enter. And we want to press yes. I'll press Y and press enter. And hopefully this works. I think it is working, which is promising. Now, like I say, I do have limited space on my memory card, so this video may be a little bit shorter than I'd hoped. However, if you like this video and you want to see more videos like this, larger videos, then please let me know down below in the comment section, because then I can do bigger videos like this. So welcome to Piano Bar. So this is what I hate, because I do not learn this stuff, but this is basically without a GUI, and it's all done in commands. So, you know, we can press question mark for a full list of commands, and it will bring us up with a full list of commands, I believe. Maybe not. Maybe not. But anyway, that's how you install it. I'm not sure how we run it. So I think that almost wraps this video up a little bit. We have done quite a few things today, and like I said, if you want to see more of this stuff and bigger videos, then let me know. They do take a little bit more time for me to prepare and get ready for, and they also may or may not be concrete and working, and we may not get stuff working that we intend to, like with the other videos. But if you prefer it this way and you'd like to see it unedited and you'd like to see it all much longer, then do let me know in the comment section below, and I will do my best to make sure that we do much longer videos every week. But as you guys know, this stuff is is a work in progress, so every week we may not have as much to show. Some week as we do another week, which is usually why I only do one video, but I think we've shown quite a bit today. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, please hit the like button down below. And as always, guys, please do subscribe, because I'm nearing 1,000 subscribers. And I tell you what, it feels absolutely awesome to get there. And if you guys enjoyed the setup today, then again, let me know in the comment section below. If you prefer it like this, then please do let me know. If you didn't like the video, then fair enough. Please hit the dislike button. And if you can, let me know in the comment section below as to why, as always. And I shall definitely see you very, very soon with another Pocket Chip video. Cheers.